So it hasn't gone to plan for Newcastle United here in Germany, beaten 2-0 by Borussia Dortmund on a night where nothing really fell for Newcastle in and around the box. He created plenty of chances, half chances, openings, but ultimately the quality of Dortmund shone through with Dortmund taking the lead. Dortmund going ahead just after the 26-minute mark, Füllkrug firing home. Nick Pope left a bit exposed after making a couple of big saves, but really Newcastle, they just couldn't muster that equaliser and went in at the break lucky to be 1-0 down in some ways. The second half a little bit more lively, making a couple of changes, bringing Gordon on, Almiron on, but neither could make the difference in the final third for Newcastle, unfortunately. And as Newcastle pushed for the equaliser, Trippier's free kick cleared, and the opportunity for Brandt just to burst forward and just show a cool finish to beat Pope for a second time. Newcastle lose the game 2-0. They'll take plenty heart from some aspects of this game, that they were able to push Dortmund close again, like they did at St James's Park. But reality is they've got a mountain to climb now in Champions League Group F. They're going to have to beat PSG away, probably beat Milan at home. So a tough night and a tough assignment lies ahead. They could end up playing for a Europa League place. We'll have to wait and see. It's a bit early for that yet. But 2 weeks tonight we'll know the fate for Newcastle. They head to Paris and they're going to have to really raise the game.
So the dust has settled a little bit after Newcastle United's 2-0 defeat here in Germany, losing to Borussia Dortmund. I thought we'd have a few more considered thoughts on things. Newcastle obviously disappointing not to pick up the win or indeed the draw against Dortmund, but the win for AC Milan at the San Siro now suddenly slightly alters the complexion of Group F. Now Newcastle have slipped to the bottom of the table because of that result over in Italy, but the reality is that if they can win against PSG away from home, suddenly the group becomes a completely different kettle of fish for Newcastle, because it would take them into that last game at home to Milan, which is very winnable, and Newcastle could definitely still get to the last 16 despite these two defeats. Now, even on the final whistle, you would have probably felt exactly the same, that Newcastle's chances of getting through would hinge on 2 victories. But you look at the situation now, the group's so tight. Dortmund are top and they've only got 7 points. Newcastle are bottom and they've got 4 points. So there's still so much to play for in Group F. Newcastle can travel home now. They'll be disappointed, of course they will. But they'll be ready to go again, and by the time they go to PSG, they might have a couple of players back, including Alexander Isak. So they've got what it takes. Believe me, they've got what it takes to get a big result in France. And then after that, go into that final game with everything to play for in terms of getting in the last 16. So 2 defeats in a row, not ideal, but certainly not over.